beautiful bugs, and welcome back to another episode on the Obsidian Order Crucial 2 server. I am super excited about this episode because we've got a lot of things that need to get done. But first and foremost, we have a letter to read, because apparently the guilds have a job for us, and they have kindly left us this guild request, and I'm curious as to what it is that we are supposed to be doing. So, let's see. Dear Mantis, the progress of exploration for the new area has been phenomenal. So many new resources have been discovered, and many members have an overabundance of one resource or another that they would like to get rid of, preferably for a profit. This also means that we are getting to a point where we have enough materials to set up the guild headquarters. Oh dear. Okay, so this may be a double request. Okay, so because of this, we are requesting that you set up a market square which the other members can use to set up their individual shops. We are still working on the designs for our headquarters. Okay, so just one. Okay, so at the moment, we do not need space saved for us. The marketplace may also not be the place for us to set up. Okay. Good. I guess, yep, we just one request today. So regardless, can you please set something up in autumnal colors, as that is very neutral palette, which will go well with whatever palettes the others choose. Thank you in advance, the guilds. Okay, so we have a task to get done for the guilds. So I guess we need to go and set up the lovely marketplace in autumnal colors, and we've already chosen a spot to put the marketplace. We just hadn't actually, decided what to do with it. So I guess I need to head in that direction and get to work, and then after that we can come back here and get some more work done here. Here is the finished project. So as you can see, it's a relatively simple design. I wanted to go with something relatively small because I didn't want necessarily this to be the main focus of the marketplace. I wanted something that was a central point, but something that, wouldn't necessarily take away from the beautiful builds that are going to be around it. Because knowing the members on this server, there's going to be some builds that are just, yeah, absolutely wonderful. So this basically a neutral central point, so that everything kind of can blend in together here in the central point. And then with the soulstone, I know some people won't be too happy about the fact that I chose soulstone for the actual roadway, because that means that we have to go into the nether in order to get materials for the roads. But I really think that this kind of gives a nice, like, a cobblestone effect, but without the grays. I didn't want gray in this at all. I know the limestone is a little bit grayish. However, it's got a little bit more of, like, a greenish yellow tone to it versus, like, with the actual, like, cobblestone. Do I even have... Yeah, no, I don't have any on me. Hold on. Here we go. We're going to come over here, and I'm going to steal this block right here, and we'll bring it over here just so that I can show you guys the comparison side by side of what, yeah. See, this is the cobblestone, so nice gray, and then this is a lot warmer of a gray tone. So I guess, is it French gray that's considered the warm gray? I can't remember. But yeah, so this is more of a warm gray. It's got the warmer tones in it, you know, and so it's like, okay, I like this a lot better. And it goes so much better with the maple and the acacia up there. So lots of oranges, and then we've got these cool ones. These are part of the modded. So this is the brown center glaze terracotta. And so, because you got centered, and I think it's a pillar in, you know, in this mod pack. And so I wanted to kind of play around with that too. So, and then we've got dull stone and the dim stone here in the middle, more nether blocks. But likely with this, that's the only, you know, this is the only place where that is. And then everything else is going to be the nice, deep, you know, rich soulstone. So yeah, lots of places to actually set up. So we've already got 2 shops that are, you know, ready to kind of get into play here. So I'm super excited to see what is going to be going on with that. Now, as promised in a prior episode, I said that I wanted to kind of do an episode where I concentrated on enchanting. And so with this build out of the way, I want to take you guys and I want to show you how to do the enchanting here, because it's a lot different than vanilla, but it can be relatively more simple or simpler. But yeah, though some people, especially those who aren't familiar with it, can find it a little bit confusing. And so I figured that I would go ahead and do a short segment on that to show anyone who wants to play Crucial 2 or who has this kind of enchanting how to actually do this kind. And then, yeah, and then if you guys have any questions or anything like that, then I can definitely address those in a subsequent video. So I will go ahead and head back to base. Alright, so here we are in our lovely storage room, which has gotten a little, yeah, crowded. I really need to get the temple storage place actually made, because this is slowly starting to get a little cramped in here. I know I have, you know, chests and stuff that don't have anything in them as of yet, but it's one of those that, like, the mob drops are starting to get full. The plants, oh my gosh, plants seem to be a big one, and then even food, yeah, even food I'm down into the second chest. And so it's one of those, I really need to get an actual storage place in made, but, you know, this works for now until we can get the big builds started to be, you know, to actually be built. But for right now, we are going to say hello to Bobbert and let him know that we are recording. So this right here, this, you know, the enchanting table, it looks exactly the same as the other enchanting table. And then of course we got the bookshelves. I did these in maple, so it can blend in a little bit more with the colors that we have in, you know, in the area. So with this, you put in lapis just like you would for the regular enchanting, and then I still have some left over from the from prior actual, you know, enchanting, and so that's why I have the blue bar here, and then it'll eat any of the lapis that is currently in here. So I want to work on the bow. So as you can see, I have 21 levels down here, and it's saying right now in order to add 1, it'll take 1 experience. So as you see, I press 1 and it takes away a level and it gives me power 1. So it's still a cost of 1, so I can keep going. And it should start here soon. Yeah, minimum of 11. So I hit 10, you know, 10 XP levels, and it requires 11. However, I've got all of these. Wow, okay. Apparently it really wanted to give me power. So this is actually abnormal. I've never had it to where, yeah, these are all power. And then 1 flame. So I already have flame on this bow here. The biggest thing I was looking for was power, unbreaking, and infinity, because yeah, I definitely need, you know, I need my infinity bow, because yeah, I don't like carrying around a whole bunch of arrows, because inevitably I run out always. So the thing with this is that especially when you have other ones, I'll go ahead and use flame since this is the only one here. So you end up grabbing it, so you left click it and you can bring it around. With this one, the shape, it doesn't really matter. So I go ahead and put that down. Now, this activates the bow so that once, you know, it says, hey, this is being enchanted. And now if you know, take this out of it, it'll give you the flame. But I also want to add the power. So let's go with this one right here. So, and if you right click it, it will, you know, it will rotate it. But I'm going to grab it and I'm going to set it down right here. Now, as you can see on here, it says upgrade 1. So if I grab this one and I then click on this, it's now a power 2. And it requires 2 to upgrade. And it gave me a whole bunch of power. So let's see how many powers we can get. Now it requires 3. So we're going to at least get power 4, which is going to be awesome. Okay. And then it requires 4. I only have 2. And that's okay. So that means I can have a power 4 bow, which is better than this one with flame. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. And there we go. So definitely easier in some aspects, harder in others, because you can pick and choose what your actual enchantments are. But yeah, it can take a little bit more of the actual experience in order to get it to be what you want it to be. The only easier way to actually get this done would be to actually have villagers. And I will admit I have been I have been relying on vid for like the actual like mending books and yeah, so I definitely think, you know, in some respects the villager is a lot easier than this kind of enchanting. However, if you don't want to deal with villagers, yeah, that enchanting is a lot better, because with the vanilla enchanting, it's, you know, you don't necessarily know what you're going to end up getting, because you choose Unbreaking 3 and you could end it with Unbreaking 3 and that's it, or you could end it with Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 4, you know, Fortune 3. And so it's really, you know, it's really a crapshoot as to, you know, what you actually get when you do the vanilla enchanting. Whereas with this one, it's right up front. You see exactly what you're going to be putting on it. It just takes a little bit more of the actual like levels in order to get it done. And that is one of the reasons why I have this lovely thing over here. In terms of AFK experience, I think this is going to be the best. And it also allows me to have a source of income for the marketplace, because that means that because this is my my lovely source of experience, I can then use it to create a fishmonger over at the marketplace. So I think that is what I'm going to do for the shop over in the market. Grant, I don't know how much it's going to actually bring me in terms of whatever. I don't even know what I'm going to charge for it, because some people are charging alternative things instead of, you know, so instead of charging diamonds, they're going to be charging other things at the marketplace. So so yeah, so this could get interesting, to say the least. So yeah, so that kind of does it today for this episode. So we got the marketplace done, we've got some enchanting done, and again, if you guys have any questions as to how to do the kind, you know, that kind of enchanting, or if you want to see it done more in action, I can definitely do something a little bit more in depth with that. I just kind of wanted to give you an overview, as I know it can be a little, you know, a little confusing as to how to do that kind of enchanting, and sometimes you kind of need to see it in, you know, multiple times in order to kind of understand how everything kind of fits together. We got a really weird, you know, really weird thing where it gave me basically 2 different kinds of enchant. I've never had that many powers all in a row. That was weird. So apparently you guys are lucky today. So you know, it was one of those, you know, you guys have given me a whole bunch of luck for this episode. So that's super exciting. So yeah, so I definitely hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode, and if you did, definitely hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, click the Mantis icon to subscribe, then hit the bell button to get notified when I put out additional content. Want to check out more of my videos? Try the one on the left, or you could check out the playlist on the right. That's it for now, but I'll see you guys in the next episode.